Hi, this is Ushio and welcome back to Echo. We have seen the main story now. We've seen a lot of the secrets that this game has to offer, but there is some extra stuff. If you go into the files of the game, where do we go? Gotta find it. Maybe it's this spooky frame down here. There we go. If I scroll down here, we've done all the main routes, but there's some extra scenes at the end here. So I guess we're gonna check these out. So let's look at date. I'm guessing this is Chase's, I don't know, is it like an epilogue or something? We shall find out. January 2010. Interesting. What makes a good date? Chase told me dinner and a movie. Personally, I felt like having the dinner half the date at my house would have been really nice. I mean, it's cleaner than any restaurant you might find in Peyton, and my mum's a great cook. Still, I can tell by the way Heather has her head down that she's really unhappy. I feel a sort of sinking feeling in my chest. It's sort of set the mood for the night so far. Mum drives us to the movie theatre and I start to get restless, noticing how late we are. The movie's supposed to be really good, and it takes place in space, which is my favourite. Mum tells me not to worry though, since previews usually fill the first 15 minutes. Finally we park, and I hop out and hold the door open for Heather. I notice that she's taken her time getting out, so I wait for her as Mum goes in to get the tickets. Why's your mum coming? Her voice is a whisper. I reach out to shut the door, but she does it herself a little harder than she needed to. I stand there for a second, not sure of what to say. Oh, well, it's really hot out. Staying in the car would be too. This is new. I didn't know that Heather and TJ had a thing going on. Never mind. Heather stalks ahead of me, and I feel that sinking feeling again. It's only now hitting me that bringing Mum was a bad idea. Not that I told her to come. Mum sort of just invited herself. Chase gave me a bunch of tips on how to make the date go well, but he never said anything about parents. Maybe it was so obvious that he didn't think he had to tell me. That thought just makes me shrink into myself even more, and I can feel my face get hot. I push my paws into my pockets and follow after her, trying to keep my ears upright. Mum's really nice and sits about 5 rows behind us, but Heather still seems pretty angry about it. She keeps moving her sitting position, folding her arms and making pouting faces. Each time she sighs, I feel myself cringe just a little more inside, and now I can't even focus on the movie. After about 30 minutes, she adjusts her sitting position again and knocks some popcorn into my lap. I lean over to her, whispering, "What's wrong?" She shrugs, keeping her eyes on the movie. I lean back in my seat, again trying to keep my ears up, especially with Mum behind us. The drive back home is pretty awkward. Mum goes on and on about the movie and what she thought of it, which is fine, because I can tell Heather isn't in the mood to talk, and I have no idea what to say. As we drive back into Echo, Mum looks back at us. "Alright, Heather, would you like me to drop you off at your house?" "Actually, me and TJ wanted to talk about a few things. Would it be alright if I stayed over for a little while longer?" "Sure thing." I look over at Heather, but she doesn't look back at me. I have no idea what she's talking about, and I think I'd rather not find out. There's nothing I can do though, so when we pull over in the driveway, I quietly get out and follow Heather into the house. "How's the movie?" He says it without looking up from the TV. "Oh, it was great, Mr. Hess. Really cool." She's using that weird sweet voice she puts on for my parents. "Oh, yeah, a lot of fun." I follow after her. "Good, good." He doesn't even try to sound interested as he keeps watching the hockey game. Heather's already sitting on my bed when I walk through the doorway. She's got her legs crossed, paws resting back behind her on the bed. I stand there awkwardly, trying to figure out what to do, as she just sits there and doesn't say anything. Do you want to listen to some music?" I turn to my dresser, grabbing my small stack of CDs and shuffling through them. I skip over the Christian rock albums, feeling my ears burn a little at the thought of her seeing those. I end up picking up the Cherry Boom album my dad gave me a few years ago when he was trying to get me into classic rock. Heather still hasn't said anything, and I feel myself sweating a bit as I put the CD in and turn it down low. Finally I turn around and see that Heather hasn't moved from her spot on the bed. She's just been watching me the whole time. I twitch an ear and scratch behind my head, laughing to cover my nervousness. "Oh, what's up?" She gestures with her hand toward the doorway. "Shut the door." "Oh, okay." I know my mum would probably get mad, but I do it anyway, trying to close it as softly as possible so my parents don't hear it. That's when I hear the bed squeak behind me, and I turn around and Heather is right in front of me. Oh! I jump back and bump against the door. Heather giggles and moves closer, and I can feel her breath on my face. She reaches out and rests her paws on my waist, and then slides them up, pushing up my shirt, her paws on my bare fur now. Oh wow, okay. I have no idea what to say or what to do. Heather just giggles at me again, pressing her fingers through the fur on my skin, and I can feel her paws pad against me. I look down and see that she has my shirt pushed up above my belly button, and she's starting to rub at the white fur that's been exposed. No one's ever touched me like this before, and I know I'm supposed to like it, but I don't. It's almost like I've jumped into ice-cold water, and now I can't breathe. I open my mouth, and I think I'm about to ask her to hold on, and that's when she kisses me. It's awkward, and her bottom lip presses up against my teeth, while she pushes me back, banging my head against the door. I can taste the butter from the popcorn still on her lips. She huffs into my mouth excitedly, as she pulls me away from the door, and pushes me down onto the bed. Wait, Heather? My voice is quiet, as she pushes me all the way down, so I'm flat against the bed, my legs dangling off the side. She's really excited, and it kinda scares me, her eyes wide, and her breathing coming in loud huffs. I grab at her wrists, as she pushes my shirt up again, but this time she does it all the way to my neck. She leans down, and I gasp as she presses her cold nose up against my stomach. She's so confident about what she's doing. She'd done this before. She nuzzles lower, and presses a paw against my crotch. I sit up fast and push her back. Heather, let's stop. I quickly push my shirt back down. Heather stares at me, and then awkwardly stands back up, folding her arms. You weren't enjoying it? I kept pretending to adjust myself, having no clue about what I should say. No, it was okay, I'm just not ready, Zol. I know that sounds really cliché, but it's the truth. I finally lose the battle with my ears, and they lilt off to the sides of my head as Cherry Loom plays softly in the background. Alright, I should probably get going anyway. But she doesn't move. She stands there, like she's waiting for something. But I'm still too stunned to really know what to say. Do you need a ride home? That's the best I can manage. She sighs again before turning to the door. No, it's alright. It's only a few minutes away. See you on Monday. Okay. I get up awkwardly and walk her to the door, but she's already gone. I sit there on the bed for a while, hearing the rumble of my dad's voice for a bit before I hear the front door open and close. Then I hear some footsteps up the stairs, and my mum sticks her head around the doorframe. Everything okay? Why aren't you walking her home? Oh, she told me she wanted to walk alone. I feel my ears droop lower. Oh, alright. Mum's about to leave, but then she pokes her head back against the doorframe. Well, your father and I are watching TV. Why don't you come down and join us? That actually sounds nice, and my ears perk up a little. Sure, I'll be there in a minute. Okay. She smiles at me before pulling back from the doorframe. I watch the doorway for another minute, and then sigh and lay back again. I cover my face with both paws, rubbing my forehead. I'm so bad at this stuff, why'd I even try? That's when my phone buzzes, and I take it out to see a text. Oh, it's from Chase. How's the date? I stare at it for a second, and then, on a whim, press the call button with my thumb. He picks up after a second ring. Hey, biatch, your date done already? Hey, Chase. What's up? I can hear him adjust the phone, and his voice drops the lisp. I hear Leo's voice in the background, muffled. That's TJ. I start to massage the bridge of my nose, closing my eyes against the room's light. Yeah, the date's over. It was okay, I guess? Are you asking me? How was it? I wait a while, listening to white noise on the other end. I can hear some music in the background, and I wonder if they're in Leo's car. Chase, how did you know you're gay? There's some silence on the other end before I hear a burst of laughter. I flatten my ears, feeling my face blush all over again. I don't say anything though, and just wait for him to get it out of his system. What did he say? Leo sounds really close now, like his muzzle's right up against Chase's. I hear some more adjusting of the phone going on before Chase finally responds. Sorry, I just didn't expect that. Are you on your computer? Oh, yeah. I get off my bed and walk over to my desk, waking my computer up. Okay, go to the website Thigver. I type it into the URL and press enter. Immediately a buff fox with no clothes on pops up. He's got his paws on his privates and he's sort of pushing them up. There are a bunch of other pictures too, but I don't have time to process them as I jump and close the browser. I dart my eyes behind me, half expecting to see Mum and Dad staring around the corner, their eyes wide in horror. Chase. Hey, sorry, are you hard though? What? No. Then you're probably not gay, TJ. You like looking at boobs, don't you? And pause. Well, wait a minute, don't you? Well, not really, I guess. This isn't you being all Christian, right? No, I'm fine with this stuff. I just haven't really given it much thought, I guess. I guess you could be asexual. Oh, Leo, stop it. I can hear the phone getting bumped around again, and I think I know what's going on. What are you guys talking about? His voice is playfully accusatory, and I can hear more shuffling with the phone, as I assume Chase tries to move it away from the wolf. Alright, TJ, I better get going. I'll talk to you more about this on Monday, okay? Okay. Later, Tej. Leo's voice is muffled, like he has something in his muzzle. And listen, TJ, he sounds strained. Heather is, well, she's not that. It's just not a big deal, okay? Okay, I'm gonna go. I'll talk to you later. See ya. I hear Chase start to snap something at Leo before he hangs up. I drop my phone on the bed next to me and close my eyes, tempted to just fall asleep right there and then. I feel better though. Chase always had a way of making things seem alright. He offered doing a double date with us, but Heather didn't want to, so it didn't happen. It would have made things a whole lot better. I started to wonder what Chase and Leo might have been doing. He was probably just nibbling Chase's ear. Leo does that a lot, in front of us too sometimes. I actually think it's kinda cute. My paw drifts down to my crotch, and for the first time in the past few hours, I feel something hard. TJ? I jump as I hear my mum calling from downstairs, jerking my paw back. Come in. I quickly sit up and slide off the bed, going downstairs to watch the rest of the game with my family. Oh wow, so that is a little side story about TJ. So, TJ went out with Heather. It didn't work out. Heather's got her own traumas and all that, so it's probably not a good combination of people. There are a few of these little chapters to look at, so we're going to check out another one in the next episode. This is Usho signing off, and hopefully I will see you next time.